So today we will discuss something related to the first program. So we'll create here first program. So let's open Android Studio. So here, so this is Android Studio is opening. So like first we will create one program. So how that program will execute, that we will see here. Like how to create a program, we'll see. So from here, so this is the first when you have project here. From here we can have here. So now I'm clicking on create new project. So right here, new project. So once we click on the new project here, so here various kinds of activities it is showing. So from this, initially I'm selecting the empty views activity. If we select empty views activity, it can be created with one page plus one Java or Kotlin file, right? So empty views activity. Next, I'm clicking on next. So here I'm giving the application name as first. The first example. So first EX, first example, right? So the next second one, which is showing as a package. Package means like you can give minimum with two identifiers. One separation minimum, one separation is required, but the standardized is com dot something dot something like. So like this three ways we will give. But first one, what is com? Com is the com normally wherever we define the package name, that should be always declared as a com. Then after that it is so normally we will give the client name, then followed by package name. So here none of the client, right? There's a reason just I given as my website like AndroIndian. After that the first EX. So first example I given like this, right? Then after that this is the location. So where we are saving our location. So that is the in this particular location we are saving here. So now we are creating a project with Kotlin, right? Kotlin and the minimum SDK is 7. So it is already Google has given the survey, whatever Google has given, just you can follow that. Even if you want, you can increase or decrease also here, but better whatever Google has given, you can go with that. And these all are the Kotlin related build and Gradle. If anything is required, that download automatically. So now I'm clicking on this create project. So it is creating the project. But when you create a first 3-4 projects, if your internet connectivity is well and good, then only it can display here, right? So now while loading this project, we will discuss something about the XML. So here XML we are using for design our output. So what is the XML? XML is an extensible markup language. So extensible markup language where we can create many things using that, right? Many things using that means you can design, you can transfer the data. But here in the particular case, we are using the, so in a particular case, we are using this for design. So that is a extensible, so extensible markup language. So which is the language we use for the design, that we can say has the markup language. So which is the design we use for this, so that we can say has the markup language, right? So here how this will work. So if in case, if it is an HTML. So must you use the predefined tags. But here you can use, so here you can use your word tags. There is no fixed. If it is predefined, if you want predefined, you can use. Even if you want, you can create also. So it is lightweight compared to the HTML. So that is the reason, because we are working with the low memory devices. So that's the reason it is the advantage here because of the lightweight here. Like, so how this will be created? Let us consider here now. Each and everything has starting tag and ending tag. And let us consider, so one building. So building is the main tag. Okay, so this has some height, some width. And this I'm closing here partially. This we can say has the partial close. So this is the starting tag. Okay, starting tag. So partial close starting tag. And here we need close tag. So that is, this is the close tag. So whenever we close like this, within this I can arrange, let us say, first floor. So for the first floor, I will give some properties, height, width. I close like this. So it is, again, it is a fully closed. So whenever I close like this, I cannot arrange any components in between of this. Let us create a second floor. So in case if it is a second floor, so it has some height, width. So here I'm closing here second floor. Right, if I create like this, here you can do something, like what you need to do something here. So here room 1, you can give properties and you can close. So like this, you can create number of room 1, room 2, room 3, like this. So in this way, even our design also will follow the same structure here. Right. So in this, the while creation of this, we will use one concept called layout. So layouts. So what is this layout? So here we have the different layouts. To set up the design, so we will prefer some of the layouts. So one thing is relative, linear, table. These are the main. So some faces frame, and other is the constraint. So these are the basic. Apart from this, there are other layouts as said. Those are advanced. So those will come later. But currently, first we will start with this. So today we will see about the relative layout. Right, how to do that relative layout we will see. So this is the project which is it is created. Right, whenever we create a project, so it can open defaultly one XML and one Kotlin file, right? Because we are dealing with here Kotlin, so Kotlin file has opened. In case if you are dealing with Java, Java file will open. So right now, today we are not touching anything on a Kotlin. So we quickly jump into this here XML. So here now I want to add something here, right? So this is defaultly whatever the project which it is created. So this is defaultly some code has generated here. So on the code, right, first it is showing with the constraint layout. Just so the default it is nowadays it is creating as a constraint layout. So on the constraint layout, now we will change something constraint layout to different layout, because default in nowadays the constraint layout is creating. But first of all, we used to concentrate on a different layout. So this is first one. Means forget about the this everything. Just you can see the layout. So this is the layout. So this is the starting tag and ending tag for this. Right, it has some properties. So after this, see text view, it has some property. It is ending tag here, closing tag here like this. So here now what I'm doing here is now I'm removing this constraint layout, and that constraint layout, I'm changing that constraint layout to just a minute. So I'm changing that constraint layout to relative layout. See, whenever I'm editing on a top, automatically the bottom is also editing here. Right. So this we can say has the parent. So I'm adding relative layout. So this is relative layout. It is created here, right? Now I'm removing this text view also. So I remove this text view also. So first parent, otherwise we'll have first we'll discuss some property, then we'll remove this. Okay. See now, this is the relative layout parent. So what it contains? First one, which is showing that XML NS. NS is nothing but it's a namespace. So XML NS, so that too it is looking like a URL, right? So in this URL we get something in a browser. We will try this in a browser. Copy. And if I try here in a browser, see, nothing it is created here, right? So what is the meaning of this? Means the XML namespace is having some of the component, the folder name called here Android. So in a XML namespace, like in an architecture side, so that is a one folder called Android. So on the Android, so there are multiple properties are there. Those properties we will use, like here, see, Android, means these are the properties we are accessing from here, right? The next, which is here, XML NS app. So like Android app is one of the folder. Here we can access older properties. Here we can access newer properties. See here, some of the newer properties we are accessing here, right? Then this is the tools, like supported tools that we can access from here, right? Next is the layout width and height. Means this parent would occupy how much that it will define. So here layout, height and width. So total we can define in a different ways. So what different ways we will define? So the first one is the match parent. Next wrap content, next fill parent, next manual. Like this, we can define different ways. So here now we will see here. So let us say here width match parent. So what this match parent, how it will define, just I'll apply here some background color so that we can feel, okay, this is occupying this like this, we can feel that here. So match parent background, I'm giving some color for the background. See, I have given some color here for the background, right? Now, this is the because of the match. Match means it will occupy the entire screen. Match parent, in that word it is match parent. Like if you run this mobile in a 5-inch or 6-inch, 7-inch or 4-inch, anything, it should be matched with the parent. So completely it is occupy this, right? And now I'm changing width as wrap content. See what happened? What is the text size? See, hello world is my text size. So up to that, it is came here like this here. Now I'm adding something here. See, automatically the width is increasing, right? Similar, I had this is also wrap content. See now only that much. Now I'm adding some more thing here. So I'm adding a little bit content here. So see, it came to second line like this. Means what is the content you are applying, that much it will come like this, right? So this is means what is the content, that much it can occupy the space, right? Next here, changing with this fill parent. See, fill parent is nothing but it's a equal to match parent, but now it is showing the striking with the lines. Striking with the lines means that property is going to duplicate soon, means it will be deleted. So that's the reason now we are not using 6, means I'm from Android 7.0 onwards, we are not using this fill parent because on that version, so the properties means mobile has this application can suitable for very low memory to high memory also. So like watch to TV like that feature has implemented. So fill parent is not supporting properly. So that's the reason the fill parent is replaced by match parent. So you won't use fill parent property. Even if you got a chance to work any older project, if it is a fill parent, you can change immediately to the match parent. Right. Next, last you can give manually. So 200 dp, 200 dp like this. Also you can give manually. But this manual is also not suggestible nowadays because of the multiple resolution of mobiles. This is also not suggestible. So most of the cases we will use match parent and wrap content only. But for the parent, so for the parent, match parent is mandatory because until the parent is occupied the space, so it cannot justify that, means must the parent should occupy 100% of the layout. So that is the reason For parent, always we will give match parent and match parent, right? Height and width, both are the match parent. Now I'm removing this text view. Now means whatever we discussed as of now, that is for common for all layout. Right here now we will concentrate something on a relative layout properties. So here I'll arrange some buttons here. We will see here. I want to take some button here. So button. Wrap content. Wrap content. So I'm giving one ID here. ID. So that is BT1 button 1. So I'm giving one text. So text. So I'm giving the text as the 1. Right. So once I have given that properties, the button has seated here on a left top, right. So now I want one more button. So let us copy this code here. I'll paste that again, and I'm changing the text to and this button to BT2 because ID should be unique in an entire project. So that's the reason it is showing the error. So now what happened here? When I created a 2 has seated on the left top. But where is the first one? Where is the first button? So normally whenever we are creating the components in relative layout, until you give the relation that button can fixed position is that it can sit. So now I want to arrange this button. So this button side of the 1, right side of the 1. So here I have a property. So I'm using here end of at the rate ID BT1. See now it came properly. But here buttons are touching. So we will give some that is margin we will apply here. So we will apply the property called margin by dp so that it can create a space. So it can create a space. So margin means it can create a space around the component, right? So even for this also, here we will apply some margin. So margin by dp, right? So for the button, we given the right. So now I'm creating one more button here. So this I'm changing as a BT3. Right text I'm giving 3. Now this button I want to adjust the right side of the 2. So for this I'm giving a right of BT2. Right. So here the same one I have given a write off and end off. So both are working same, but which one I need to use? So currently you can use end off. No use this because see it is giving some warning. So what is the warning? We'll see here now. So it is suggesting that use end off instead of write off because write off is the older property, end off is the latest property. Now, so this means from before that, Android 7.0 before, so it was write off. We can use write off as well as the left off also like that. But nowadays, I'm using the end off only. Don't use write off. Right. So now I want one more button that exactly to sit below of the 2. So I have pasted the button again. So this I'm changing now as a BT4. Right here, I'm changing this 4. So now I want downside, right? So I'm applying the property called below. So at the rate BT2. So even if I give the exact BT2 also, it is seated on this. Why? Because it is a downside. Because all are the below only. But I'm not giving the exact position from left to right, right? So here now I want to set that exactly below of the 2. I can, if I can give right of 1, it will work. See, if you want right of 1 or end of 1, it will work. So end of BT1, it is working, but I don't want to use this property. So instead of this, I want to use the property called start off. Start off 3. So before starting the property 3, it is seated here like this. Right. Next, I want to create here one more button that exactly below of the 4. So this I'm giving the 5. The text I'm giving 5. So again here I'm applying the property below. So below the BT4. Right, BT4. Then so above we given that startup, right? So here I'll give the property similar dot left off. Right is so left off BT3. So here also say this is also came comment. So left wherever you find left off, that you can use start off. Wherever you find end off, sorry, right off, that you can use the end off. So that is those two properties are upgraded here. Right, that is. Next, I want to arrange one more button. So this button, that is I'm changing as a BT6. Like this, I want below of 5. So here I'm giving the property below of 5, below of 5, right? So but this I want to be match parent width. See, whenever if it is a width as match parent, for this, it is left to right, these properties cannot work. Right, only this is like this. Right, next. I want to create one more button. So this is below of 6. So 7 it is. So 7. Now I want to give this below of 6. Below of 6. Below of 6. But I want to set this button here, not here. So for that I'll give this and align parent and align layout parent end. So I'll give true. Even this same property you can give align parent right also. See here, if I search right, align parent right. This also you can give. But as I told, where it's right, you will find right immediately replace with end. Where you find left, immediately replace with start. That's it. So right now I want one more button. That button exactly I want to sit in a page, exactly the center of the page. So how? Now here, central vertical true. See, top to bottom, it is fitted centrally. The next central horizontal true. See now that button has fitted exactly center from top to bottom and left to right. Right. So it is seated like this. Then I want one more button that exactly sit here. I want to sit here. So this I'm changing as a 9. So here we are not discussing any properties related to button. Just we are discussing the properties related to relative layout, right? So here I'll use the property called align parent bottom true. So now I want exactly the center here. Here I want one button. So then what should I use? So here 10, here it is 10. All right. So here about same property, we will use first bottom true. Then left to right, it is a horizontal, right? So I'll give the central horizontal true. So it is seated here, right? One more button I want to create for this relative layout that is last here. So here I want to set that button here. So now this BT11. So here also I have added the text 11. Right. So here also first bottom true, and next and off, align parent and true, like this. See, that button has it here. Right. So in this way, we will design the relative layout. So here we discussed properties as bottom, align parent bottom, and align parent right, that is end, and below of, central vertical, central horizontal, right of, left of. So these all are the properties are main and important in a relative layout. Right. So using this relative layout, I'm giving some task to you. So Windows 7 calculator. So try to design this Windows 7 calculator. Right, Windows 7 calculator images. I don't want this above and all, only these buttons. Try to design only these buttons using relative layout. Right, here any questions on this relative layout? Hope it is clear, relative layout, right? So if it is clear, then tomorrow we will see linear layout. Okay.